Oh, little mirror, why do they hate you so much? Your failure rate is so incredibly low that it nearly approaches non-existence. Oh, little mirror, who sits in the mirror box, why do they hate you so much? Why? Unlike your brothers here that suck tons and tons of power, see, simplicity is divinity. When they replaced you, they had to replace you with tons and tons of battery-sucking electronics. Now I loves me a Fuji. It is a DX crop sensor camera. It's very thin, the ergonomics are incredible. I love the hell out of my Fuji. This is no slant against you, Mr. Fuji, but when they replaced the mirror, they made you nice and small. See, there's something the people at Fuji know that the people at Sony don't know. And that is that mirrorless is really designed for DX crop sensor. When you have this shallow mount, you can use a DX crop sensor and use normal sized fast lenses. But you can't stick a full frame sensor inside of a mirrorless camera. And also add a moving sensor, IBIS, which moves around. And then have fast normal Trinity lenses like 2470 2.8, 7300 2.8, 85mm f1.8 or 1.4. So mirrorless is perfectly idealized for DX crop sensors, and technology has gotten so good right now that DX is incredible. Now, we still have issues with image compression. You know, a 56mm is still a 56mm. Even though it's a crop equivalent of an 85, a 56 is still a 56. But I still love you, Fuji. But mirror, mirror on the wall, rather, mirror, mirror inside the mirror box, when they replaced you, they had to add a lot of battery-sucking electronics. But they made it nice and small. In the case of the Fuji here, wonderful camera. Simplicity is divinity. Oh, what happens when you remove a tiny mirror that never freaking fails? Ever heard of a failed mirror? I've heard of maybe one or two over the past 20 years. Simplicity. You see? Over here, we got lag. Yes, we do. Here, we don't have any lag. You're actually seeing what you get. Tiny, tiny, simple little mirror. Fixes so many problems. Some people would say, well, this has been replaced. We don't have this moving part now. Yeah, you don't. But when you remove this moving part, what happened is you replaced it with a crap load of battery-sucking electronics. You see, up here is a viewfinder. Here is a simple glass pentaprism. It's a beautiful piece of glass. Here we have a mirror and a piece of glass. When we removed you, over here, we replaced you with a crap load of battery-sucking electronics. A crap load. I don't mean a little bit, I mean a crap load. A lot. But I love me my Fuji. Awesome camera. Ergonomics. The mojo, the magic mojo that exists on the Fuji X-T1 is magical. Huzzah! Magical. But oh, mirror, you've been around for decades and decades and decades. I can go all day long shooting the piss snot out of this camera, and I'll still be on battery number 1. There ain't no denying it. There's no denying it. Period. No denying it. Mirror, I know you never fail. I know you never fail. Over here, a lot of electronics. A lot. A lot. Mirrorless is idealized for DX crop sensors, not for full frame. You can't stick a full frame sensor and a mount this shallow and have a moving sensor that shakes, shimmies and rattles around like someone having convulsions, which is what not this camera but the other camera does that the fanboys love. Shifts around like this. Image, in-body image stabilization. You cannot stick a full frame sensor in a shallow mount like this and expect fast normal Trinity lenses. They can't be made. Well, they can, but you have to stick an adapter on the base of that lens. They say that you can actually make tiny little wide-angle lenses. But you see, the fanboys don't realize that you all don't have like a 16 to 35 f4 yet. And you can't, because you got a full-frame sensor, and you have a moving sensor, and you got it in a shallow mount. So this is perfectly idealized for mirrorless. Fuji knows that. But you see, Fuji, pay attention closely. Fuji is not a consumer electronics company. Fuji has been making lenses, even 8x10 lenses, for decades and decades and decades. Nearly 100 years now. Not 100 years, but nearly 100 years. The other company, it's a consumer electronics company. It's not a camera company. Yeah, that's the secret. Fuji knows what they don't know. Oh, little mirror, you're so misaligned. You solve so many problems. You are perfection, and you still are perfection. The only advantage I have over here, and this is small, but this is a DX crop sensor. The only advantage I have over here is focus peaking. Focus peaking. That's it. All these other nonsense advantages of mirrorless, BS. BS. That's no misalignment against Fuji. I got a lot of Fujis. Great camera. You see, by removing Mr. Mirror over here, we've created a problem. Well, this isn't a problem. This is a small little compact camera. Sure is. It's gorgeous. Love it. There's a crap load of electronics in this camera that aren't in this camera. Yep. I've taken many of these cameras apart. There's a crap load of electronics in here too, but not that's related to the viewfinder. You got a simple mirror, a focusing prism, and a glass pentaprism. They never break. They're basically infallible. Never heard of a pentaprism breaking in 25 years. Never. Unless it was dropped off a cliff or something. Simplicity is divinity. I can stick this thing in continuous high and shoot all day long on 4 different memory cards and still be rocking off my first battery. Can't do that over here. No. Get real. Alright. I got an advantage here. I got an advantage here. There's no such thing as a perfect camera. There's never going to be a perfect camera. I love this camera a lot. I love this, well, the D500 I do. Right now it's being borrowed by somebody. It's my D750. You've been a dirty girl. You've had too many recalls. You're a dirty girl. D500. Just ignore the 750 here. Let's just pretend this is a D500. I get my D500 back in a week. Simple mirror. You take out a simple mirror, you gotta replace it with a crap load of electronics. Catch you later.